G.I. Joe fans, Joe Motion Videos 82 here. It is time for another G.I. Joe toy review. I'm going to try to keep this one a little bit short. I am feeling under the weather today. Just a lot of stuff has been happening these past 2 months, and it's finally taking its toll on me. Sticking with the theme of this month of G.I. Joes or Cobra, who had only one run in the vintage line. And I picked today one of my favorites. He is an underdog. I played with him a lot because I thought he was really cool. And he did come in handy in some of our play scenarios. So this action figure that we are looking at today is Airtight. And he was released in 1985, and we all know that 1985 was a very, very pivotal year for Hasbro for their G.I. Joe toy line. It gave us a ball-jointed head, so the heads can move back and forth. Not that just added a cherry to the already delicious pie with the swivel arm battle grip. Now we have a moving head, and you could really pose them in some great poses for their time. And that, brothers and sisters, I love it. I love it, that feature to death. And I think the first ball jointed action figure I saw was Barbecue. So my buddy John brought him over. This is when he and I first met. And I said, I didn't know G.I. Joe's heads start moving up and down. He said, yeah. He said, those just started this year. So Airtight was released as a part of the 4th series. He had a run from 85 to 86 when he was discontinued in 87. So he was out there for 3 years, not bad at all. There's plenty of them out there. There are no known variants to exist of version 1. He did make several media appearances. His first comic book appearance was in Marvel issue number 21, Special Missions. He was in commercials, of course, and there was one cartoon episode, I cannot remember the name of it, and I even searched through my cartoons. I must not have had that one recorded, but it was about a super germ that had grown. And Airtight put himself in a giant hypodermic needle and flew right into this germ, and he swam about trying to find the nucleus of it so he could set up these toxic charges to destroy it. But the germ had eaten 2 eels, and he got into a fight with these eels. But the germ was directed to eat several apple orchards, because we all know, if you don't know, apple seeds in large quantities are very toxic. The toxin is sugar potassium. If you eat 1 or 2, it's not a problem. Our bodies can handle it. It's just large quantities. If you eat those, it will kill you, or make you deathly ill, and make you wish you were dead. So that's how they ended up destroying the germ, was with having him eat several orchards full of apples. I wonder if the government had to pick up the tab for those destroyed orchards. Don't know. But Ace was also in there. He saved the day. He had 1 missile left, and he fired the missile into the ground, which caused the germ to switch directions, and it ate the final orchard, which killed it. But it had a great cast. It had some eels in there. It had Airtight, Flint, Lady J, Scarlet, Shipwreck. Shipwreck was sitting in the back of a apple truck, just being a sailor and hitting up on Scarlet, trying to get a date with her. So that was a really good episode. If you know the name of the episode, let me know down in the comments. He originally retailed for $2.29. He had some international releases. He was released in Europe, in Brazil, but under a Tiger Force. That guy looked freaking awesome. I wish I had him. Same sculpt and design, but Tiger Force. They slapped some stripes onto him, and that would be a great custom. And he was also under the Fun School brand and in India. So let's go ahead and take a look at this guy. Alrighty, so here he is. This is my man, Airtight. Let's go ahead and take a look at his accessories, which he does come with quite a few. He really looks like he could be a pilot. So a nice little repaint. Excuse me, he could pilot an airplane. Okay, first off, he came with this really nice backpack. Try and get some light on it. There we go. This backpack has air intake fans on it. Looks like a little air tank here. Of course, it has the peg on the bottom of it for the hose. Be careful with that. It can break off. The back peg as well. And he has a slot at the top where his breather hose fits in. Not so easy, but it fits in there. This is the part that gets lost very easily. It's a very nicely sculpted and textured air hose. Let me see if we could get that in there. It has ribbing on it, made of rubber. He came with an the package contents calls an air sniffer. So he could walk out into battle and test the air quality, see if there's any flatulence in the air or any other toxic or noxious gases. And of course it came with this very long G.I. Joe typical hose. And on the back also had a peg. Be careful with these pegs, guys. They break off fairly easily. Now, as far as Airtight goes, he is wearing a yellow chemical suit, which blouses into these, pardon me, green rubber boots. He has nice little utility pockets on each leg. He did not come with any firing weapons. He is a non-combatant. Now he comes with this respirator design on his chest, which wraps around to the back, and I'm assuming it works as a part of the backpack, which just snaps in. But in the cartoon, he used these little fans to help propel himself forward. Now the air hose snaps, if I could get that in right, you can see right here and on the other side, if I could get the light to hit that, he has little holes in the back of his helmet for the air hose. So the easiest way I found was to put his backpack on and snake the air hose into there and hook it right to the back of his helmet. But I'm not going to waste your time with that. And that's really about it with him. You know, of course, he has these green rubber gloves, wearing a helmet with an additional respirator mask on it. He's not wearing goggles, which kind of is a shame in a way. They could have at least sculpted a goggle on top, but his helmet does not remove. And I have one other variant. Yeah, I'll just move the camera so we could see, of Airtight. This is a Collectors Club exclusive. I bought them online. But I will not open this guy up. But at least they gave him a sidearm. That way he could defend himself while he's out there sniffing for noxious gases. Okay, I also have his file card. Upper left-hand corner reads Hostile Environment, codename Airtight. File name Schnur Kurt. Serial number 307424683. Primary military specialty CBR, which is chemical, biological, and radiological warfare. Secondary military specialty ordnance. Birthplace New Haven, Connecticut. He is only an E4. That surprises the heck out of me, because I would think this guy would have to at least have a PhD in science for this kind of stuff. But I didn't write the file card, so I really think he should at least be a lieutenant or higher. Middle paragraph, Kurt was the kid who could hold his breath the longest. He was also the kid who had the largest collection of plastic dinosaurs on the block. He was a weird kid who grew up to be an even stranger adult. Sounds quite a bit like me. It takes a mighty weird person to walk into a cloud of toxic gas strong enough to fell a mutant weightlifter cockroach wearing a protective suit built under contract for the government by the lowest bidder. That is about right. Wow, you're wearing a suit that's supposed to save your life, built by the lowest bidder of a government contractor. Bottom paragraph reads in quotes, Airtight is an unreformed practical joker. Sneezing powder, plastic barf, whoopee cushion, the whole bit. No prank is too low for him. You'd think that other Joes would hate his guts, but they don't, because when the bad guys escalate the firefight and start playing dirty, it's old Airtight who suits up and wades through the thick of it. End quote. Alright, so growing up, I did know a guy, his name was Jared Newman, who did this line of work. He was a hazmat specialist. I was just smitten by the job that he did. A lot of it was just going out to car accidents. Like if an oil tanker spilled, or any type of a tank hauling noxious materials were to get in a wreck and rupture, he was out there cleaning it up. He had said he had several suits to wear. One was very lightweight, which was a white suit. That was for minor spills. And then a heavier yellow suit like this was made of rubber. And he had to wear several layers of rubber gloves when dealing with corrosive acids. He had a master's degree, and I think it was chemistry and biochemical engineering. So, very smart guy. He made quite a bit of money, but he lived very humbly. He had a humble house, had a swimming pool, but real good guy. So that's part of the reason why Airtight here was my favorite. It reminded me of my friend Jared. So Airtight is available on the aftermarket. And here comes our favorite section of the, sorry, I'm a little winded, of the video, Byron's rants. Okay. So keep in mind that he originally retailed for $2.29. So if you want him complete with a file card, and there are plenty out there that are complete, definitely make sure it has a small arrow hose. This is very easily overlooked because he does look complete without it. A complete one goes from anywhere with the file card, keep that in mind, with the file card for $12.99 to $23.99. These are fixed prices. These aren't auction prices. With these higher fixed prices, I think you might do better in an auction. If you want a complete one without the file card, $11.99 to $13.99. Now I would pay that for the both of those and buy a file card later. Those are pretty reasonable prices. There is one out there. He is complete. He also comes with the ammo dump. The ammo dump looked like it was complete. This looks like a guy just picked up a bunch of stuff and was just trying to clear off his shelf. $27.35. So that's the deal of the day right there. You not only get a complete action figure, but you get a complete ammo dump to go with that. Okay, for the long tube, your typical long tubing, that goes for $3.50. Now, if you absolutely have to have Hasbro release tubing, I don't know if I would pay $3.50. You could go to Home Depot and buy a roll of that stuff for about $6 or less. Just be sure to bring a sample of it to make sure you get the right inner diameter. The inner diameter is the diameter on the inside of the tube, and the ring on the outside is the outer diameter. For his freaking air hose, for this little sucker, it notoriously gets lost. Doesn't get played with much. It didn't with us. We just used his backpack and air sniffer, threw the hoses off to the side. $7.95. Thank you very much, law of supply and demand. His file card. They think that we have deep pockets and our houses are made of gold. $5.39 to $15 for the freaking file card. $15 for a file card? I would pay $15 for a version 1 Cobra Commander file card, version 1 Scarlet file card, from any of the version 1. I would pay $15 for it. If you just want a loose, airtight, no accessories, no file card, $3.99. That's the perfect price for it. You could either build it up by buying the accessories, or you could customize him. I think he would look good red and black. Paint the black chest piece red, his vest black, his helmet red, or black with red stripes on it. He would make an excellent pilot. Doesn't he just look like a pilot? I mean, he could pilot anything that you want. You know, he could be the Rio in Sky Striker, or he could be the gunner in the Tomahawk, in the Tomahawk he could be a gunner. The Dragonfly could be a gunner. That he is a very versatile action figure, and that's what I love about these about the Joes that do not have removable helmets. You could get really creative with them. And somebody right now is selling 2 of them loose with no accessories for $12.49. What a splendid splendid deal that is. Man, you could have yourself 2 freaking pilots. That is great. For a full card back, uncut, $8.50. Okay, I would go for that one. Now here we go. A complete mint on card, ungraded by the AFA, ungraded, $200. $200. What are you thinking? He was not a real popular action figure. $200 freaking dollars. Nah. I wouldn't pay that if I needed to have a heart transplant. I would just say, hey, let me die. No, I wouldn't say that. Yeah, I would pay $200 if I needed a heart transplant. That way I could live to entertain you guys and buy more G.I. Joe. And I have a family too, so that was a sick joke. I'm sorry. So, for a AFA, I don't know what that stands for, nor do I care. He had a graded one in a nice little plastic case, AFA graded. He had a rating of 85. It was an unpunched card. $299. And I know there are a lot of mint on card collectors out there. If I had the money, I would be a mint on card collector. I think they look really great while they're still on their cards. I had a huge Star Wars collection, which was bigger than my G.I. Joe collection. Every one of those were mint on card. And I had them all over the walls set up according to the order that they came in. You know, I had one area for episode 1, one area for 2, one area for 3, and then the subsets that came out where they were different card backs, different action figures, but not necessarily a part of the movie. So, like Power of the Force, I had those separated. And they do look good when they're still on the bubble, still in the blister pack. But I open mine, I play with them, save for a few, you know, like the comic or the Collectors Club exclusive, which my buddy at the Golden Toy Palace sold to me at a very nice price. So I couldn't turn that down. And I have a Flint, a modern Flint and Cobra disguise, which I'm keeping in the package as well. So, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in, for putting up with my nonsense. Especially for subscribing to my channel. You guys are fabulous. Thank you so very much for your subscriptions. When I get a new subscriber, I turn right back around and return the favor and subscribe to your channel. Thank you all again for donating money to my mother on our GoFundMe page. We didn't quite reach $1,000, but the page is still up if you want to donate. That's why I put in this shameless plug. You know, please help with Dad's medical and funeral expenses. We still owe a couple $1,000s on that. And I ask you guys to keep my mom in your prayers and thoughts. She just had a total knee replacement. That's her second one, so she is the bionic woman from the waist down. 2 artificial knees, 2 artificial hips. So she won't be working for a long time. And I still haven't been released to full duty yet. I could do light duty work, but that's few and far between. Still have some problems breathing, so I don't want to get involved in all that. But this is for you guys. It's about you, not about me. Thank you again. I cannot be more grateful for you guys. You are fantastic people. I've made friends with a lot of you. I've corresponded with you. I really feel like you are my brothers and sisters. And I just enjoy chatting with you guys. Thank you. You've helped me come out of my introverted shell. I really enjoy getting out there and talking with you. And if you live close by, you know, I wouldn't mind hanging out with you for lunch or shoot a video with you guys. That would be fantastic. Also, head over to Timmer's channel, Half the Battle Timmer, here on YouTube. Head over to his channel. He is holding his annual children's charity drive. This is going into the second year. So I am donating this complete tiger fly, and you guys know how much I like Tiger Force, but I'm donating that to the cause. Is all you need to do is submit proof that you donated to a charity. Either snap a picture of your receipt and send it to Timmer, or make a video of you making the donation and submit it to Timmer. That you could stand a chance of winning this. There are other great prizes out there. HCC is donating a Gary Goggles exclusive. So those are the two that I know of personally that are being donated. And I just dropped a missile off of that. But please do that, guys. It's not for the winning of a chance to win a great toy, but it's for these kids, for the kids who don't have a lot, for the orphans or families who are struggling, especially the families that had their whole lives turned upside down in California due to these terrible fires. Those kids need some love, they need the support, and they need a toy. And I cannot tell you how impactful it is for a child who has lost everything to have one thing to call his or hers, to hold on to. Being a pediatric respiratory therapist, I won't share much of this due to confidentiality, but there's a little girl who was an orphan. She was sent over to us from the orphanage because she had pneumonia. I bought her a few storybooks and a teddy bear. Not saying this for any praise, but I saw her grab that teddy bear and just squeeze and hold on to it. And she said, "Is he mine? Can I keep him?" And I wanted to cry. I said, "Yes, sweetheart, he is yours forever. The storybooks are yours too." So I read her the storybooks every night before she went to sleep. She was so adorable. I wanted so bad